Okay, so I'm a bit late. It's to be doing this because yesterday I attacked the jungle. That's a lovely Acer that Kate's got. She'd be very sad to leave that here. But I mowed this lawn yesterday and turned it into something resembling a lawn again. But you see this ground elder here. It's just gone absolutely berserk, and all this area here I've got to clear and make it something like that, ready for the bark chippings. Some grass, I can notice some grass seeds some grass, little bits of grass starting to just show, and yeah, let's hope the grass seeds do take hold. But you can see what the damn problem is here. I mean, this was just clear when I left a couple of weeks ago, and now, you know, just look at this flipping ground elder. It's everywhere, and of course it was all over the damn place. Anyway, cleared that up on the rest of the lawn, and so that's that. I also mowed this area of lawn, which was a massive dandelions, just like the other lawn, and so the main area isn't too bad now, but you can see all along the edge here, it all needs a good old tidying up. You can see dandelions and such like everywhere. This area here too, we're going to need a good old tidy. Something of a mess. Anyway, the job for today is going to be all this area here. The plan is to change the doorstep completely, so that it's more inviting, and then all where this soil is, there's going to be a framework of timber that's going to go all the way around it. All these flags along the edge here, which are completely sunken down, these have got to be taken up and they've got to be relaid. And then of course we come round to the front, and this whole area needs to be weeded and cleaned up, and the framework of timber needs to be extended all the way along the front of the house, and all the bed at the back of it, a bit more soil perhaps, and then tidied up more. And then eventually, and this is a big area, I mean you could probably park about, I don't know, 7 cars across there, I would have thought. It's really quite large. And then coming down here by the side of the house, this is another area that is going to have to be tidied up. Again, I mean you could probably park about 8 cars down here. It's you know, all this, it's got to be sorted, weeded. I mean, crikey, it's a big job, but we can do it. Of course, this is the downstairs area, the basement area. I mean, it's absolutely huge inside there. This is all rubbish that's going to go to the tip. I mean, this pile was about 3 times that high before, and then looking back up, you can just, so this is the basement area, then going back up, that's the first floor, and then the second floor, and then right at the top there, 3rd floor, and that's the loft bedroom, which is where I am. So, you know, it's a really big house, and with a lot of possibilities. Okay, so the end of a long day. I've been working on this frontage all day long. These 2 piles of gravel and stuff have been very handy, I must say, which the workman left a week or 2 back. And I've cut this hedge, topped it off, weeded all this bank, and weeded the ditch area down here. It was absolutely full of weed, and now it's filled with nice gravel. Thank you very much. Some telecommunications company. So that's that, and coming round, and that's all got. Just put fresh bark on there, all sorted that out now. This area was all weeds everywhere, and now it's nice and level, and it's looking good. So now you can see that the flags, the two layers on the left, they've been I took them all out, leveled them, and that looks great now. And Kate made this timber surround, and that looks really good. I've put barrel loads of that gravel along here, and in order to build it up and hold this surround in place. We've had something of a disaster with a water leak downstairs, which has ruined all the flooring, so we've been distracted by ripping all that out. Fortunately, the insurance company have come up trumps, and so it's going to be replaced with some very nice stuff, which Kate's very pleased with. So so there we are, and yeah, so the entrance now looks so much more inviting to anyone who comes to view the property. And I'm sure Kate's got very mixed feelings about leaving, because finally she's getting it into shape exactly how she wants it, and then she's leaving. But as you can see, it's a huge house, and there's another floor underneath the whole building, which is actually bigger than the building. So quite some place. Okay, so it's Sunday morning. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning. I've had a good night's sleep, and I'm up and I'm ready to get a start and do some work. It's lovely out here this morning. You can hear the pigeons in the trees up here. Kate and her mum feed the pigeons. Goodness knows what they're going to do when she's when she's left here. Mowed the lawn here yesterday. This bed's looking quite nice now. I've cleaned it up, built the wall up a little bit more, and put some more bark on the front there. Tidied that up. This trailer load of timber, very tightly packed timber, is what came out from the floor in the living room downstairs. There was a water leak, and all this was ruined, so it's been replaced, but with some very nice stuff, and the insurance company has been very obliging, so that is really nice. This bed here, we are making progress with that, and it will be tidied up, more soil put in there and made nice. I've done all the front here, as you can see. looks so much nicer now. And the front has been weeded to a certain extent. I've done across there, so that looks quite nice. All this timber here is going to be replaced over here on the left, these steps to the ground floor flat. And there we are. I mean, it's a massive frontage. I mean, it goes from way up there, just beyond where those two bollard markers are, right down here. Sun's a bit behind the sky, so the actual boundary comes back. I think it's to about here. So all this down this side, this weed has got to be sorted out. Oh boy. But you can see it's absolutely enormous place. Absolutely enormous. But it's a lovely morning, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to weed all down this side here, all this lot, tidy this whole area up, and this lot's got to be tidied, but you can see what kind of a job we have to do, or rather I have. Kate's got plenty of other things to do, so there we go. Just a few dandelions. Anyway, we'll make a job of it, and then and as you can see, we're quite close to the centre of the town of Lund. It's really very handy here. It's for schools and all facilities, supermarkets and everything else. Very nice. Here's the giant rhubarb. And this is right at the bottom of the main garden. The grass hasn't started to get going yet here much, but I can see a few grass, small bits of grass on there, so things are improving. We're getting there. Here are the strawberries, the lilac bush, and that area there above, up to the rhododendron. Weed at the bottom. I've just got to go through it and pick that up, pick that weed out by hand, and leave the grass behind. I mowed the lawn here yesterday, and if this was mowed regularly, it would start to turn into a decent lawn, and the ground elder would get tired of coming up, I think. We'll just look up here, we can see the grass is starting to grow. The seeds are starting even over there. So yeah, we're getting somewhere with it. So this pile of soil here has got to be gone through, sifted, and moved, and then seeded there with grass seeds. It's got to come up here, that soil. So here's another task, is this area. So as you can see, I've already done that area. It needs bark putting on it. This area here has got to be cleared, and will be, and a bit of a wall built here, soil brought up to here, hide this tree stump. We've got some conifers to go around here, and yeah, it could be made into a really nice garden. And this Acer here is absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. That's got to be, I don't know, £1,000 worth at least. Stunning, beautiful, beautiful colour. Really, really nice. So there we are. Time for me to make a start. Well, here we are. It's another lovely morning here, and the grass is beginning to grow that was seeded here. The dahlia in the corner, coming round. The apple tree, I have now pruned away a lot of the lower branches. It looks a lot better, and at least now I can mow the lawn without interference from those branches. This is what I did yesterday. As you can see, previously I'd done up to here. So yesterday I put this smaller piece of telegraph pole in and cleared the bed at the back and put that liner down all the way along, and put those stones into place across the front, and you can see a huge amount of stones I've had to deal with. This where the tree stump is came out to oh crikey, I don't know, it probably came out to about where my foot is now, I should think. So I've had to dig all that back. I've taken barrow loads of soil, well, rubble actually, and there's just some of it. Sorted this, built this wall here at the back, which I'm going to build higher. I planted that conifer there yesterday, and I've got another one here which I'm going to put in the other side, the lighting pole. So yeah, another opportunity to have a look at this beautiful Acer. And wow, what a lovely, lovely, lovely tree that is. Beautiful. No wonder they're so popular. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Right, okay, so I suppose we'd better get to work. Well, I've been working my socks off in the garden, and this is the result. I've built this wall to hide the tree stump to a certain extent, and I've taken barrel load after barrel load of rubble from this area. I've now put soil down and seeded that with grass seed. I've put bark on there. All these stones I've put on and put bark on. Run out of bark now, but it's starting to look nice. The apple tree I've pruned in a major way, the bottom branches, and that's a lot better now. This morning I spread a load of soil onto that area there, because it was a bit of clay soil, and the grass wasn't growing at all. So I've reseeded that, and the big pile of soil that was here has been used in the garden, and now this is all flattened and This has also been seeded, so it's now going to be a very big lawn indeed. The soil that was down here by the rhubarb, I've used that in the garden. I've weeded. I mean, this pile here is what has come out of the garden. All this rubble, and I mean, that pile didn't exist when I arrived. Not like that anyway. Certainly it's doubled in size, probably even more. So and then today I've been having a go at this one. Oh, here's Kate. So I'm just filming the work I've done today, and I've tidied this area here, and we just need some bark to go on there, and that should be really nice. Well, it's the 22nd of June, and it's another lovely morning here. I continue to do improvements to the property. This area, this big beautiful larch tree standing in the garden, I have cut all the lower branches off it, and a very large dead branch which was hanging down, making the place look I don't know, old and what have you. I cut a dead branch out of that tree. Coming around here we have a very lovely Weigela, I think, tree, bush, beautiful. It's in really nice flowers on here. Yeah, I may be wrong about the name of the plant, but it really is very, very nice. There's no sign of the grass seeds, which I recently planted, but it's only been a few days, so I reckon they'll start to come good soon. These two conifers which I planted at the back here, they seem to have transplanted very well, and hopefully they will grow and hide this lamppost. The lilies at the top of the garden here, in amongst all this weed, they're really nice. And of course the beautiful Acer. So that back wall there, which is grey, I've done some repair work too, some cementing, and that's all going to be painted yellow. And coming round here, this is a rather nice bush. I don't know what it's called, but very nice. Nice flowers on there. And then this wall, we intend to paint it yellow again, like the rest of the house. This ladder is here because I've been up the ladder and I've been doing repairs to the window and to the masonry just to the right of the window above it there. There was a great big hole, and I filled that. All that rough paintwork has got to be just scraped off and prepared, and then that whole thing will look so much better when it's painted yellow. So again, I've been doing some work down here on this side of the house. I've rubbed the window down ready for painting. I've rendered the wall at the bottom where all the render had fallen off, so that's now done. Coming round here, the basement area, I've weeded all this and cut back the shrubs so that the whole area looks much wider now and bigger. And I've cleared this area here. I've topped these conifers, and they all look a lot neater and tidier. And you know, just to give you some idea to the size of this property, just that the basement is a huge place in itself, but when you look up through the different levels right up to the top there, I mean, that's about 40 feet. It's just incredible. And Kate has built decking up on the top up there, and a bodega of some kind, and of course all this area here is going to be painted yellow, just like the rest of the house, and so it will look really nice. Well, here we are again. It's the next day, and one of the first jobs I've got to do is just do some little hand picking of these weeds out of the grass here. Can't do it with the mowing machine because it's too much soil there yet. Then just to say that yesterday I painted that window way up there, which looks a bit more reasonable now. That was just a small job, but a bit awkward because, you know, it's quite high up. And then coming round here, I painted this wall. So I had to scrape all the loose paint off the wall first of all, before I then painted it, and that looks really good now, a lot better. And then coming round here, I'll just nip through the conifer hedge. I also scraped the flaking paint off here, painted this up, and the render that I did down there I've painted, and I also rubbed down and painted that window. So there we are. That was yesterday done, which was quite a bit of work, and I was rather tired last night, I must admit. However, it's another day, so let's see what today brings. Well, here we are. It's Saturday evening, 3rd of July, and today I've painted all that yellow wall over there, which now looks a lot better because it was grey before. And also I've painted this wall, which is huge. It was grey and pretty damned horrible. That's one big ladder, and I've had to be at the top of that in order to do the work. And at the top there, way up there, you can see there's a scar which was a crack all the way along, and a chunk out of it as well, where the metal had rusted inside the wall and burst the cement. So I've cemented it all up at the top of that ladder, and so as soon as there's any dry weather, that can be painted, and that will be that. That does look a great deal better, I must admit. It looks like it's one piece now, instead of being bits and pieces. And yeah, that looks really good, really good. And the strawberries here, they've done really well, and the grass is beginning to grow up here in this area, and it will become a lawn, one big lawn. I've got to plant that conifer in the corner and yeah, it's a massive transformation since I came 4 weeks ago, and so altogether I've done 6 weeks here now, and that's enough. But it's been enjoyable. I've done a lot of work inside, a lot of paint work, doors, ceilings, walls, you name it, and the house is now in a very saleable condition. So good luck, Kate, when you put it on the market. Hope you get a really good price. So on Friday the 2nd of July, I painted the above the window there, just below the white railings. I painted the white railings, I painted those yellow horizontal beams, and that's beginning to look a lot nicer now. We've still got a bit of debris lying about from all the work that's been done, but it's starting to look something like. So there we go, one big garden, one massive garden actually. I'm still in the garden, just walking backwards, and this is a huge larch tree, so I haven't even got to the corner yet. So there we go, it's pretty big. Well, finally I've planted this taller, different type of conifer in the corner here, to replace one that was not in very good condition. I've transplanted this one from the top corner and made sure that's well planted and watered in. And looking up towards the top of the garden, I've planted the other tall conifer right in the corner up there, so that should edge the garden quite nicely. And finally I have painted the scar on the side of the building, which I could not possibly leave behind. So there we are, all done, and well, we did our best and we did a great job.